Hey guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. We are back. Welcome to the second ever episode of Tuesday Night Tackle Talk. Today I picked the subject fluorocarbon. I like talking about lines. So here you go. Everything I know about fluorocarbon in 5 minutes or less, starting now. So before we discuss the fluorocarbon that I have in my hands, what's the difference between them, let's talk about the difference between fluorocarbon itself to monofilament and braid. Fluorocarbon, unlike monofilament and braid, fluorocarbon sinks, monofilament and braid float. Fluorocarbon has a little bit of stretch, monofilament has a lot of stretch, and braid has no stretch. This is key if you're throwing 100 feet away from the boat, lobbing a bait, big bass takes it, you set the hook, the least amount of stretch, the more force the hook has. So if you're throwing straight braid, you're going to hook up with that fish a lot more than you will with fluorocarbon. Fish with fluorocarbon, you're going to hook up with it a lot more than monofilament. Braid is more abrasive than fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon has a little bit of give, braid has no give. So fluorocarbon, you can fish around rocks a little bit better without being broken off or cut off by a sharp rock because it has a little bit of give, braid has no give. So yeah, let's talk about the fluorocarbon that I have in my hands. We're going to talk about this P-Line Tactical here. It's 8-pound test. So 8-pound test will tell you what I use it for, and that is leader line for spinning reels. So I throw all my spinning reels with braid because there's no give, so when I set the hook, I know I'm setting the hook directly to the fish almost, and braid casts farther than fluorocarbon. And fluorocarbon goes bad after a few years. You can braid if you have a little bit of marker. When braid gets white, you just put a little magic marker on there and you're good to go. So 8-pound fluorocarbon, use it as leader line because braid is usually, you can see braid in the water if you're fishing clear water like I do. I like the fact that fish are a little less likely to be line shy. I like the fluorocarbon sinks. Yeah, so that's why I use 8-pound fluorocarbon as a whole. Let's go on to the next one. Next we have FC Sunline Sniper, FC Sniper here, 20-pound test. So that should also tell you what it's for. 20-pound test is for my flipping. Now this year I decided to flip with 20-pound as opposed to 15. Really just throw a jig into some nastier cover. Because the reason why I went with 20 this year, 15 if you get a monster on and you're near some bad cover, you're in for a heartbreak. I mean, that's the reality. You get 5, 5.5. If it can break you off, it's going to break you off. 20 just gives you a little more security, but also like fluorocarbon because again, I don't want the fish to be line shy. So we have Seaguar 15-pound of Brazex. This was a staple for last year. This is a good everything line in my opinion. So you throw cranks on it. It's 12 to 15 is what most people probably throw cranks on, so higher end there. Some people throw 17, but the smaller diameter line, the deeper the crankbait will go. So assuming you're using fluorocarbon, you get a crankbait, it says it runs 10 feet. You throw it on 20-pound fluorocarbon, it's probably only going to run 8 feet. You throw it on 6-pound fluorocarbon, you probably get 13 feet out of it. Throw on monofilament braid, well, they both float, so you might get 5 feet, I don't know. 15 pounds, so you can use it for flipping. You just can't flip in the nasty stuff. You can use it for, I use it a lot for weighted Texas rigs, but I also use it for a wacky rig. Weightless Senko on a baitcaster setup. If I feel like the Senko bite's really on, I'm going to pitch it in there. And I feel like the baitcaster with 15-pound fluorocarbon lets me get a little bit of finesse setup going there, but I also have the backbone to it. So yeah, 15-pound fluorocarbon. So some interesting tips I do know about fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon has a shelf life of about 4 years. So if you don't use it all in the first year, it's okay. How you store fluorocarbon. Don't store it in your garage if you get all the seasons because cold is not good for fluorocarbon. Don't keep it in direct sunlight. Don't keep it near, a very light room that you have, or a room that's very a well lit room. There we go, got it out. Yeah, so keep it kind of like in a dark corner in your house, room temperature, and you should be able to get about 4 years out of your line. Yeah, so fluorocarbon. I love fluorocarbon. I just feel like it's really a step up from monofilament. Monofilament still has its place for sure, but that's another story. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you next Tuesday with another Tuesday Night Tackle Talk. If you have a suggestion for Tuesday Night Tackle Talk topic, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.